Now, the Shannon-based artist Asha Murray is making waves on the national stage, featuring in a major new exhibition opening this evening at the Royal Hibernian Academy in Dublin. Key learnings from Cross-Market Synergetic Alignment brings together 9 contemporary artists exploring everything from branding and packaging to consumer culture and the domestic space. And Asha's bold cartoon-inspired work is right at the heart of it. She was also recently named one of the Irish Times magazine's top 50 artists to watch in 2026. So, pretty exciting time for Asha in her career. And Asha Murray is on the line now. Asha, good morning to you.
Good morning. That was a lovely intro. Thank you very much.
I like to big up my guests, but in fairness, I wasn't embellishing any of that. It's all true. We'll start with the exhibition. You're exhibiting in the Royal Hibernian Gallery in Dublin this evening. How does it feel on the day of the launch itself?
Oh, I'm so excited. You know, it's just been it's been a long kind of run up towards this exhibition. There's just kind of getting all the work together and just long hours and lots of preparing. So I'm excited to kind of celebrate tonight and enjoy it all, you know, kind of embrace the evening.
The exhibition itself, the title of it just reminded me of if I was doing a marketing degree course or something. Yeah. Asha, key learnings from Cross-Market Synergetic Alignment.
It's a real mouthful, isn't it?
It is. I just about got through it on both occasions. What's the kind of general theme behind that? How does your work fit in? Because it's obviously you're one of a number of artists who feature in it.
Yeah. So it's a very kind of satirical show as well. It's kind of exploring consumer culture, but a lot of our work is very kind of vivid, bright colours and kind of reflects that kind of culture. But I think this is almost a play. The title is kind of a play on the kind of a buzzword culture and kind of that kind of, you know, workplace keywords sort of element.
The kind of thing you'd expect to see on LinkedIn.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's exactly kind of it, yeah.
Oh, well, it's
so
just...
Davey Moore, who's curating it, he's a very sarcastic person too, you know.
Yeah, it comes across. So look, it's quite a striking title nonetheless. And the show is asking the audience to dare to rethink the possible and explores commodity culture, the branding, the packaging, advertising and all that. And why do you think artists are so drawn to those themes right now, Asha? Is it more to do with there's a contrast between that world and the less rigid world of art that you and your peers are involved in, where you can kind of paint outside the box or paint outside the lines, for want of a better phrase?
Yeah, I guess the kind of climate we're living in all these different, you know, economical crises like housing crisis, and I guess kind of consumer culture, it just puts such a weight on individuals in life nowadays. So I guess that's kind of it. I guess art is always a reflection of what's happening within society at the time. So I think myself and these individual artists, our work are all kind of presenting questions about the society we're living in and kind of those problems that we're facing. And yeah, I guess it's done in a certain way that our work is all very well paired together, but it's also very playful. So like my work's quite almost tongue-in-cheek, but there might be other works that be a bit more kind of presenting the question head-on, but it's all paired in really well, yeah.
One of the words I use describing your work, which I suppose gives a sense of the tongue-in-cheek aspect of it, is cartoon. It's been described as cartoonish riffs located in the point-of-sale arena. Can you unpack that for us? What your work is like and what it's getting at?
Yeah, definitely. I say it's hard to explain this on the radio. You know, usually art's such a visual thing, you know. So I would kind of work across disciplines of experimental film, sculpture, and textiles. So I started working in textiles over lockdown. It's this kind of technique called punch needling. So it creates this almost carpeted, surreal effect. And then, so I have these kind of textile sculptures, and these are paired nicely with my experimental films, which are quite vivid, bright colours. So almost they create for a very like surreal experience. So they're almost kind of art sculptures you can walk in around and be part of. So they all kind of pair quite nicely together, and they create for a very surreal experience. So I guess that's where the kind of the cartoonish, vivid elements kind of start to come in and play.
How does your own life and your story, Asha, feed into work that's set in the world of shopping aisles and consumer spaces?
Yeah, so it was funny enough over lockdown. I was taking trips. This is kind of what evoked all the kind of shopping stuff because before that, I was creating these kind of films about personas and characters and looking at different kind of identities and stereotypes. And then over lockdown, I started taking trips out to the shops. And because the aisles were now empty, I was kind of finding shopping lists on the floor or in baskets and trolleys that had been forgotten. And I was using like these lists as a way to imagine the life of these people. So kind of socializing in a way. So then I would take the lists home and kind of, I guess, analyze or imagine who these people were through the objects that they were consuming on their weekly shop, and then I'd make characters out of these lists and these people, and then I would kind of explore the different characters. And there's a real kind of feminist lens to my work as well, so I look a lot at kind of domestic spaces and like the rituals within the home and the chores, and so everything just kind of plays in tandem and is interlinked. So that's kind of, it's a play on consumerism and kind of objects and the house and domestic.
Okay, your piece is called To-Do List, Are You Domestic Enough? Shopping Aisle. Let's touch on the other exciting news in your world, Asha. Recently been named one of the top 50 artists to watch this year by Irish Times magazine. Did you just discover this yourself, or did you know this was happening? Were all the artists interviewed as part of this feature? Or?
So I guess I got an email before Christmas, before the article went out, and they had asked me would I like to be the visual artist in the article for the 50 People Watch for 2026. And of course I said yes. So I'd known it was coming out just before because I had to kind of do the interview and stuff. But I'm delighted. You know, I've been really putting a lot of effort and really making a go at doing the art for the last few years. So to kind of see that in a physical form and the paper was just, I was over the moon. I was really delighted. Not
just any paper, the paper record as well. Are you hopeful that being, bigged up like that in a paper with the reputation of the Irish Times is going to do wonders for your career?
Yeah, absolutely. And with this show, I think, and I have a solo exhibition opening in April in Galway. And I think I'm on a roll. I'm excited to see where the year takes me. You know, it was a good start to the year seeing that in the paper.
Yeah, well, long may 2026 continue in that vein.
Yeah.
The exhibition opening this evening, and it runs until the 19th of April. You're one of a number of artists featured in it, Asha. I don't know how familiar you are or otherwise with the other artists or indeed their work. Was there any sort of not collaborative element on each other's work, but just in the sense that you all knew you were going to be part of the same exhibition? Did you have to touch base together on any elements of it, or was it all very much just working solo, and the collaboration is that all the pieces are in the same exhibition? Yeah,
so it was curated really well by Davy Moore. He's the curator here in the RHA, but he would have paired us all together. And there's this kind of very common theme running through our work of consumerism, and it was kind of more the installation of the exhibition that I really got to come across the other artists and meet them for the first time. I would have known a lot of them beforehand and would have really been a massive fan of their work and stuff, so getting to meet them was probably one of the most exciting parts of this exhibition for me. But so we would have just kind of got to meet then, but it was very exciting to get to see their work going up. And there's an artist, I'm thinking of Noel Hill. We both have a cast of a 2-litre milk bottle, and you have a lot of common crossovers between our work, and we're both laughing, saying, God, where do we get the inspiration from? It's consumer culture, and so it's been really nice to get to meet everyone and just see all the crossovers within our works.
Well, look, we wish you the very best. It's been a fantastic start to 2026, and long may that continue. All the best with key learnings from Cross-Market Synergetic Alignment. There we go. They got through it the third time as well. That's opening this evening from 6 to 8 at the Royal Hibernian Academy in Dublin. Asha Murray, the Shannon artist. Asha, well done. Hope that goes well and the rest of the year, and I'm sure we'll be chatting to you again before too long. Thanks for joining me on Morning Focus.
Thank you for having me. Bye.